Hi, what's up everyone? On screen here is the brand new exotic rifle in the Division 2 called the Vindicator. This went live with Season 3 Vanguard of Year 5 and it's available now. You're able to go and get this. And in this video, I just wanted to cover this exotic and explain to you exactly how to get it and the fastest way of doing that. So very quickly, let's just go over the exotic rifle for those that may not know what this is or what it does. It comes with rifle damage, critical hit damage, damage to target out of cover, which can be changed if you want to. I believe it's the exotic version of an urban MDR, so people were telling me. And I think that's about right with how it felt when I was playing with it. And the talent that you get is the Autis Assault interface. While scoped, the weapon will highlight a random body section of each enemy, and the weapon deals 75% weapon damage to highlighted body sections. Mods that you get is a Vindicator scope for 15% accuracy, the Vindicator magazine for 5+ rounds, Vindicator grip for 15% stability, and the Vindicator muzzle for 10% optimal range. And this is what it looks like when you're aiming with the Vindicator. So you can see the scope here. It's not my favorite scope. It's the 8x scope. It's got the big red circle on it, which I kind of hate. But you can see how the enemy body parts are being highlighted there. You got the green legs on this enemy here. We got the head on Sergeant Hastings over there. We got the head on the purple bar over there. So if I'm going to shoot these enemies on the highlighted sections, that is where I'm going to get the 75% extra damage with the weapon. Although I do have more gameplay to show you, this video is more about how to get it in the quickest way. So I'll cover more gameplay in future build videos when I come up with some good builds for it. So how do you get a hold of this exotic rifle? Well, if you come over to Descent and go to the NSA vendor or the NSA station, this is where you're able to get the new exotic rifle. It is exclusive to this vendor. You can see it here, and it costs 350 NSA credits. You are able to see how many NSA credits that you have at the bottom of this screen. Currently, I have 27, so I'm lacking if I want to purchase another one. But that's the beauty of this, I guess, is that once you purchased it once, it doesn't leave, so you can purchase it again if you want it for other characters. NSA credits can only be earned by playing Descent, and this is where a lot of people are complaining, I guess, because they don't like the game mode, or it can be quite difficult, or loads of other reasons. Now, don't get confused with the in-game Descent credits. So at the top right-hand corner of the screen, when you're inside Descent, you can see how much NSA credits you have with the little skull icon. This is the credits you're going to earn through going through the mode. I'll explain how these credits are earned in a few moments. And then these are what you take out with you to spend at the NSA station. But that little C icon, which is you got 500 there on screen, this is the Descent credits that you use inside the game mode at the lobby shop to improve things as you're going through your game. It is probably also worth mentioning that the Vindicator exotic is for use everywhere. There are questions from people asking, can you only use it inside of Descent? That is not the case. It has to be unlocked through Descent and the NSA station. But once you have it, it works like any other weapon that you have in the game outside of the Descent game mode. So how do you get 350 NSA credits as quick as possible? Well, I've tested this, and I first want to explain how they work so you can make your mind up how you want to go about the grind depending on how much you like the game mode, I guess. Now, NSA credits are earned by completing every arena. So as you go through loops, there is an arena at the end of every loop. These are basically the boss rooms for each loop that you do, and before you enter the arena, you can see here, the first one for loop 1 will reward you with NSA tech, and it'll give you 10. Now, every loop that you complete, so every time you get to the arena on each loop, that is going to go up. So the next time for loop 2 will be 11. For loop 3, I think it goes up to 13. I think you get 13 again for loop 4, and it keeps on going up as you go gradually. So you are going to earn NSA credits by just naturally playing Descent and completing loops. But the most NSA credits you can get is by defeating the Nemesis. If you defeat the Nemesis, you are going to get 55 NSA credits for that alone. And on top of that, there is one additional way to earn some extra NSA credits, and that's on these random boss room encounters. So as you go through your loop, sometimes you'll get a skull icon instead of a difficulty icon. This means it's going to be a boss room. It's not an arena battle like it is at the end of a loop, but it does count as a boss room, and they will reward you with NSA credits. You can see here that you get 29 NSA tech for completing this boss room alone. So as you're going through, make sure you're attempting these to further increase your credit gain. Now, this is where it can get a little bit tricky for people, because I know people really don't like this mode. They struggle to reach the nemesis, never mind defeat the nemesis, and they're thinking it's just going to be too much of a grind for them to get a hold of this new exotic rifle. Well, in theory, if you've got time to spare, you could just play loop 1, get to the end of loop 1 for the 10 credits, exit out, log back in, and keep on doing that over and over. We've calculated it, and if you do that very quickly, so say about 5 minutes to complete that first loop and get those 10 credits, you'll probably get around about 100 credits in an hour to an hour and a half. So you are looking around 3 to 4 hours work or a bit longer to get the 350 required for the exotic rifle. Now, I don't recommend that you do it that way, but you can if that's what you really want to. And completing loop 1 is not difficult at all. It's best to be done solo as well, by the way. If you're playing in a group, descent can be a little bit more difficult. If you're playing solo, it can be a little bit easier as you get used to it. So bear that in mind as well. The absolute best way and fastest way of getting the 350 credits, though, that are needed for the rifle is to play through until you beat the nemesis, back out after that, and do the same again. You're going to get the 10 NSA credits, and as they rise as well as you complete each arena on each loop, you'll get the opportunity of having those random boss rooms spawn in, and when you do them, you get some big reward there, like you saw earlier, 29 credits from one boss room, and eventually when you get to the nemesis, you're going to get 55 if you manage to defeat that. By doing that and then restarting and doing it again, it'll only probably need about 3 playthroughs, which can take probably about, I'm going to say, up to 2 hours. That'll be the fastest way of doing it if you can do that. And here's a little bit more gameplay of the rifle in action before we end the video. I did try this on the PTS and I didn't really like it, but since trying it on the full release, I put it on a glass cannon build and I was growing fond of it. It hits very hard. I do like how it works, and I'm having some ideas of some builds I want to do with it. So look out for them in the future. If you want some descent tips as well, I do have like a beginner's guide to descent on the channel. Go and check it out. I'm going to be remaking that though with all the new tips that I've got and all the recent changes it had in the recent update. So that video will be going live in the next week. Look out for that if you want some tips on how to defeat the nemesis every time to help you get this weapon as quick as possible. I do hope this video has been helpful today. Please be sure to give it a like, hit subscribe on the channel for more videos from me, and come and check out our community as well. If you want some people to run descent with, there's people in there on every platform that you can LFG with. So the link is down below in the video description. Come and check it out. Until next time though, thank you for watching this video. Take care and peace out.